This shit is naive, but it's work. PocaSPEAKS. This shit is naive, but it's work. It's all about community. Spirituality is important. PocaSPEAKS. This shit is naive, but it's work. PocaSPEAKS. This shit is naive, but it's work. It's all about community. Spirituality is important. PocaSPEAKS.
All right, my lovelies. Hello. Happy Monday to everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your holidays. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your extended weekend. For those who are usually working, I hope that you got some rest. For those who are usually resting, I hope that you got some work in, okay? We're about to get into these full moon messages for the collective. Of course, before I get started, we got a couple things to go over. The first one being, of course, if you guys are interested in any spiritual life coaching or mentorship services, therapy sessions, consultations, or any other readings or intuitive assistance, definitely make sure that you go ahead and tap in, shoot me an email. Also, the special for today is a 10 card full moon reading, okay? So if you guys want messages in regards to the full moon, again, it is a 10 card reading special for the day, for today only. Definitely make sure that you hit me up. My email is going across the bottom of the screen, as well as all of my socials, okay? So you can either email me or shoot me a inbox message, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get into these messages. Again, we are in the full moon energy. We are also in the energy of Gemini. So the full moon is in the energy of Gemini. That's because we just crossed over into Sagittarius season, and Sagittarius opposes Gemini, okay? So that's why we have a full moon in Gemini. So the full moon in Gemini is all about, number one, figuring out what it is that you need to communicate, what it is that you have not been communicating, okay? It helps with us getting some clear communication going on, being able to articulate the way that we feel better than any other time, because the sign of Gemini is the first planet, or the first zodiac of the planet Mercury, which is the planet of communication. So Virgos will be affected, Sagittarius will be affected, Geminis, of course, will be affected. And that's probably the biggest three. It doesn't mean that any of the other signs won't be affected. That just means that energy is going to hit closer to home, okay? Now, Gemini is also, when it's in the full moon position, going to be very helpful for you guys thinking more logically and coming from more of an intellectual space. If you're somebody who makes a lot of decisions out of emotion, then this is definitely the energy for you, okay? This is the time to have those conversations that you usually fold in, or those conversations that you usually, are too emotional that you can't speak up for yourself, or, anywhere that emotions may get the best of you or may get in the way of what you're trying to say or communicate. This cycle of energy is going to be good for that as well, okay? Now, this is also a time for my overthinkers to kind of find balance, and overthinking and taking things too far, and finding balance with that, with thinking things through just enough to get the job done, okay? It's the difference between, you know, overthinking things that haven't happened or overthinking things that are already happening or whatever, versus getting ourselves to a place where we can just get whatever needs to be done and leave it where it is, okay? So this energy is also going to be helpful for that as well, okay? So of course we want to start off with chakra energy to see what the chakra is for this energetic cycle. Another thing that I want you guys to kind of focus on as well, is this energy is going to really force you to balance your sense of freedom with your sense of structure. Okay, if you have, you know, too much structure going on where you're not allowing yourself to be free and to go with the flow and to, you know, kind of float through, okay, or again to live moment for moment, you know, then that may be what this energy is calling you to do, to kind of free up a little bit, free up your space, free up your mind, free up your heart, okay, free up your time. All right, maybe spending way too much time focused on other things instead of, you know, focusing on yourself or other things that may be important, okay? So getting that balance is also going to be very important. You know, and if you are too free, then this is a time to kind of get some structure, you know, get some things together, get some organization together, okay? Take it how it resonates, all right? So let's get a chakra energy card for this full moon in Gemini. I will be doing an extended for my members. Shout out to my members on YouTube. I will be doing an extended for the full moon right after this video. If you are not a member and you want to become one, just head over to YouTube and click on the subscribe option. Once you subscribe, there should be a sign or a button that says join, okay? And you can go ahead and join. There's also a toggle that says membership. Once you get onto my YouTube channel, that if you click on membership, it should take you to that option as well, okay? So the chakra card for the full moon in Gemini is flexibility. Of course it is. Of course it is. Okay. I was just saying Geminis are very go with the flow type energy. Geminis is very moment to moment type energy. Gemini is very, you know, wherever the wind blows and if it makes sense, that's where we're going. Okay. Gemini is not a structured sign. Okay. It's not a fixed sign. It's not a sign that believes in a lot of things being super, super structured. But Gemini is also a sign of duality. So where there's freedom, there has to be structure as well. Where there's structure, there has to be freedom. And Gemini sometimes struggle with finding that balance. However, being in this energy for a lot of you guys will be helpful because a lot of you guys don't go with the flow. A lot of y'all, like I said, are overthinking and way too logical and you know, sometimes even way too emotional to go with the flow. Okay, the flow may be flowing you somewhere else, but because of your emotions or your logic or your fear or your comfort, okay, you know, you choose to stay stagnant. You choose not to move. All right, so a lot of Gemini energy, this freeing energy, especially partnered with Sagittarius, you know, us being in the sun sign of Sagittarius right now. You know, there's a lot of free energy outside right now. There's a lot of go with the flow energy outside. And if you want it, you can have it because it's all over the place. Okay. Let's get a spiritual card for this full moon in Gem. Let's get a spirit card. One at a time, please. These my cards so big in my hands. Flexibility is also a partner with the number 9 here. 9 is one of the signs of, and as I look up, we had 9 minutes. We just crossed over the 9 minutes. But 9 is one of the numbers associated with like final preparation, okay, getting things together before you know, start this new beginning, or being at a place where you're about to cross over into something new, okay? And when you're in a 9 energy, it's all about kind of cleaning up the clutter, dealing with the things you need to deal with, getting together the things you need to get together so that you can move into this new cycle or this brand new energy the way that you need to. Okay, now the spirit card we have is flower power. Okay, so flowers can be very significant during this time. If you've been feeling the need to purchase flowers, if you've been in a garden recently or started a garden, if you have purchased any plants as well. Okay, if you just bought like a house plant or something like that, or if you've been working on your garden, a garden, anything along those lines. Okay, I'm also seeing this as like the seed going into the ground and then being watered type of energy as well. Okay, or I'm also hearing the flower that grows from the concrete. Okay, so for some of you guys, like I said, this is the time for you to kind of be flexible and go with the flow, because you know, you never know what is waiting for you on the other side. You never know, you know, where spirit is leading you or where your intuition is leading you, or how close you are to the things that you desire until you start to go with the flow. It's just like the flower from the concrete. You know, from the outside looking in, you see that concrete, you see that there's no way for any vegetation or any wildlife or plant life or anything to come through that concrete. And then you leave and come back and boom, it's a whole flower growing out of the concrete, and nobody knows how it happened. It just happened, right? Because it just went with the flow. Okay, that's kind of what spirit is saying for a lot of you guys. The situations in your life have been concrete. The things you've been going through recently have been concrete. It feels like concrete. It's impenetrable. It feels like you can't get through it. It feels like there's no way out, or that, you know, there's nothing else to do, or you've run out of options, and that's just not the case. Gemini energy is all about optimism, right? Geminis don't run out of options. There's no such thing as no options or no more options to a Gemini. If a Gemini run out of options, the world is coming to an end, okay? Because we always got a way to go for it and to make it happen. And that's the flexibility that spirit wants a lot of you guys to take on, where, you know, just because the options that you're used to have run out doesn't mean that you don't have any options. It just means that the things that you may have, you know, available to you may just be things that you just don't want to do. Okay, and sometimes I can feel like we don't have no options. When the only option is doing some shit that we don't want to do, that don't feel like an option. That feels like punishment. Okay, or sacrifice or discomfort. Okay, don't feel like an option. Doesn't feel like it's going to get us to the other side. But that's exactly what it's going to do. All right, let's get a cosmic message for this full moon in Gemini. All right, the cosmic message is trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, so the niggling feeling is basically your intuition. Okay, it's basically saying, what is your gut telling you? Okay, what is the intuitive feeling that you have that's coming from your gut? All right, let's get the card on the bottom. We have ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, and boundaries. Okay, so some of you guys may need to go ahead and implement some boundaries, being flexible with your boundaries. Okay, let's get the card on the top. We have the Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness, and you are what you seek. Okay, so you are what you're looking for. You have all of the answers. I tell y'all that all the time. All right. All right, let's get an ancestor card. Then we're going to go ahead and jump into the tarot. Again, if you're just watching, we're tapping in for full moon messages. The moon is in Gemini. This is not a Gemini reading. Just have to be clear, because some people be in the comments like, where's the other people? This is not a Gemini reading. The moon is just in Gemini. So you're going to hear me mention Gemini energy a lot. Okay? All right. So let's get an ancestor message. One ancestor message for the full moon in Gemini. One card at a time. All right. And we have forgiveness. Okay, forgiveness. All right, forgiveness is our ancestor message. All right. So it seems like when I'm saying this forgiveness card, I don't really see it having to do too much with a person in particular. I'm saying this more so as like forgiving yourself, right, for maybe making the wrong mistakes, forgiving yourself for maybe mistaking your ego for your intuition and finding yourself in a predicament. It's almost like forgiving yourself so that you can move forward. Okay, forgiving yourself for not knowing better, forgiving yourself for not choosing better, forgiving yourself for not paying attention, forgiving yourself for you know um not doing whatever you were supposed to do or whatever you felt like you should have done, forgiving yourself for hindsight being 2020 and you not seeing what you feel like you should have saw. Like, there's a need for a lot of you guys to forgive yourself, because you're not going to be able to move forward if you're holding grudges against yourself. Okay, now holding grudges against other people is not good either, but that doesn't really, I mean, it can have an effect on you for sure, but it doesn't affect you more than you holding grudges against yourself. And a lot of y'all have beaten yourself up enough. You have held enough grudges against yourself. You've cussed yourself out long enough. You called yourself enough, names, stupid, dumb, crazy, whatever. You've done enough. At this point, the more you continue to inflict pain upon yourself, you're not helping yourself at all. You're going to continue to harm yourself even more than you have already. Okay, so this is the time for you to kind of, maybe some of y'all need to do a burn letter, do some meditation, maybe just talk to yourself, do some mirror work. Okay, look at yourself in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself. Whatever you need to do to forgive yourself and to let yourself off the hook, okay, then that's what you need to do. Some of y'all need to be flexible in forgiveness. Okay, so even if you feel like you're not worthy of it, you still need to give it to yourself so that you can move forward. Especially, this is the thing, if you knew better, right, and you didn't do it, then what can you do about that right now? Nothing. If you didn't know about it and it didn't happen, what can you do about that? Nothing. Okay? Either way, ain't shit you can do about it. You cannot go back in the past. You cannot change what happened. You cannot, go backwards and create a new scenario or situation. It's not going to happen. Whatever happened, happened. And at a certain point, you have to be able to forgive yourself for the things that are outside of your control so that you can move forward. All right? Let's get some tarot. I'm going to get 3 cards, one at a time, for the full moon and Gemini for the collective. First card out is the Devil card, okay? The Devil card. So again, some of you guys are really holding some things, either holding it in or holding it against yourself or holding on to it, period. There's something here that, a lot of you guys need to let go of, whether it's something regarding yourself or whether it's something regarding other people that may be in your space or in your life. Either way, a lot of y'all have been walking around with enough baggage. Okay, enough with the baggage. If the things that you're carrying around aren't tools to help you move forward, then it's just extra weight. Okay, y'all remember on the Wiz, they say ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that may be a load. Why are you carrying things that are heavy and have no use? You have no use for these things. These things have no value. At this point, it's just like a weight. It's an unnecessary weight that you have at this point, that's keeping you stagnant. All right, and like I said before, for a lot of you guys, you know exactly what you need to do. You just may not like that option. You know exactly who you need to cut off. You just may not like how that feels, or the sound of it, or you just don't like being alone. It's like you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it. Okay, let's see what else is here. I just heard you like the match that burns the house. Okay, so it's almost like the ball is in your court. Nothing is going to happen outside of you making it happen. Point blank, period. A lot of y'all are way too comfortable thinking that spirituality is just going to bring you shit and drop it off at your front door and you don't have to do nothing for it. And I really don't know where y'all got that shit from. And no matter how many times I say that to people, life has to show you that that's not how that works. When you sitting around expecting for things to just come to you with this Empress energy, a lot of y'all may feel like you're in this Empress energy, but you can't be an Empress holding on to old shit. Okay, so a lot of y'all may be walking around with this energy like you got it all together, you know what's going on and it's all figured out. But for real, you have a lot of attachments. You have things that you're still attached to. Okay, so this may be the goal, but I don't know how you're going to get there if you're carrying around all this dead weight. The goal is to be secure. The goal is to be stable financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually. The goal is to have all your ducks in a row, right? The goal is to have things, provided for you, things taken care of, right? The goal is to, not have to necessarily struggle. Of course, you're still going to have challenges, but not to necessarily struggle, right? That's the goal. But you have to put in some work. You have to get some forward movement in order to make this happen. It's not just going to come to you. You're not going to wake up and everything that you wish for and everything that you pray for is going to be in front of you. That's not how it works. You got to put the work in. And if you're not putting the work in, then I really don't know what you're expecting. I really don't. I really don't know where you think this shit going to come from or how it's going to happen. It's not even going to fall in your lap. Again, society has a lot of y'all mistaken because y'all watching all of these people sell their soul and it look like they have an overnight success. They not have no overnight success because success is not an overnight thing. Success takes time. It takes patience. It takes work. And a lot of y'all don't want to do that part. You want the accolades. You want the social following, you want the likes, the comments, you want the purchases, you want the clientele, you want the bragging rights, you want all of the good stuff that comes with it, but you don't want to do the hard work that is required for you to get those things. And that's why a lot of y'all will never have it. That's just the truth. It's not that you can't have it, it's that you won't have it because you're lazy as fuck. Let's talk about it. You won't have it because you're entitled. You think that just because the world was hard to you, that means that you deserve something. You don't deserve nothing for the world being hard. The world is hard for everybody. If that's the case, we should all be walking around here with gold and millions and motherfucking mansions. If that's the case, because we didn't all struggle. Everybody done been through some trauma. Why do you feel like your trauma trumps other people's trauma and you should be the one to just sit on your ass and the universe just give you everything that you want? That don't even make no sense. You're not qualified for that. Okay? And some of y'all are in this delusional ass energy where you feel like you can, give readings or do these little whack ass spells that you don't know nothing about, or just sit here and be in delulu land thinking that things are just going to be handed to you, and that's just not how it works. There's a need for realization of the facts for a lot of y'all. Okay, it's either you go get it and make it happen or it just don't happen. And the graveyard, like I say all the time, is full of motherfuckers who had dreams. But guess what the dreams are? Dead with their ass. Okay? Because they didn't want to get up and do no motherfucking work. They also thought that life was just going to happen for them. And they died with everything that they could have used to change the world. If you want to be added to the list, you can. The graveyards don't stop getting full. Let's clarify this devil card. Take it how it resonates. Clarify this devil card. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Okay, so some of you guys are holding other people, places, and things above yourself. Okay, for a lot of you guys, your attachments, your addictions are to some of these relationships. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, some of y'all is tied down in these relationships, and you keep on trying to tell yourself that this is gonna work and that's gonna work and this is gonna work out and that's gonna work out. No, it's not. All you're doing is digging a deeper hole because you want to be delusional on purpose. Okay, remember, what is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? What has your intuition been telling you about this person or been telling you about this situation? Why are you not trusting your gut? You telling me you so damn sorry and you so damn attached, okay, that you can't make a decision to walk away? You so damn needy? Come on. What is wrong with y'all? Shout out to Aileen. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you. But yeah, some of y'all are way too attached. Way too codependent. Codependent energy is running rampant. Okay. Oh, but I need this person. But what am I going to do? Oh, it's the love of my life. But I know this person since I was this age. And we have this many kids. And we've been doing this and we've been doing that. And I don't know my life without this person. And we were supposed to make it to the end. The problem is y'all be making temporary people permanent. And then you have to deal with the permanent issues of your temporary decision. Okay? Leave temporary people where they at. Period. All right? Let's clarify this Empress card. Some of y'all may have even gotten pregnant by the same person that you were supposed to. Yeah, Justice card. So what I'm saying is, some of you guys, because you don't want to walk away, you gonna get exactly what you asked for. Yeah, you're gonna get exactly what you asked for. Whatever you felt like was the best decision. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups, Five of Wands. Whatever you felt like was the best decision, oh, Spirit's gonna let you have it. Oh, you want to be with this person forever? Okay, no problem. You about to get exactly what you asked for, and that may not even be what you want for real. And you about to find out that that's not really what you want, but you about to get it. Okay, when you want to know it all, when you want to control all of the pieces on the board, Spirit is gonna let that happen. Don't worry about it. Let us get out your way. Oh, you want to stay with this person. Oh, you want to keep being around these people. Or you want to keep going to these environments. Or you don't want to stop being negative. Or you don't want to stop, talking down to yourself. Or you don't want to stop doing this, stop doing that. Okay, no problem. We're going to get out your way. Unless you have exactly what it is that you asked for. And let's see how that works out. Sometimes getting what you asked for is a punishment. Okay. We need to save some of these topics for Wisdom Wednesdays and Topic Tuesdays. Don't worry about it. We gonna come back. We gonna stay with the theme here. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. Oh, 2 cards came out, but I only need 1. 1 card, please. Yeah, 4 Swords, clarifying the 6 of Wands. It's like the movement, that you need to be successful, you having the things that you want, is about to be put on ice. It's about to be put on ice. Okay? You want it. You want it real bad. You want to keep being delusional. You want to keep pretending like this is this and this is that, and that you the only person that knows better, and can't nobody give you no advice, and can't nobody say something to you. You cussing out the people around you, or you not talking to them because they keep offering you the same thing that your intuition been telling you, but because you're hearing it from somebody else, you want to take it out on them and be mad about it. Okay. All right. You don't have to listen. I tell my clients all the time, you don't gotta listen to me. It's your life. So if you okay with continuously struggling, continuously going through, continuously feeling some type of way, continuously having things go up and down, round and round, okay, if you all right with things being misconstrued and taken too far, and having to dig yourself out of a hole that you wasn't even in at first, but you dug yourself in, and if you like doing extra work, then be my guest. Who are we to stand in your way of self-sabotage? If you want to sabotage yourself, who are we to stand in your way? And a lot of y'all think that you proving other people wrong. It's not about you proving people wrong. Some of y'all trying to stay in these commitments and stay in these situations and in these environments that ain't for you, because you're trying to prove something to a motherfucker who don't care. You're trying to prove something to people who don't give a shit, when you should be proving stuff to yourself, because you're the only one that matters. Prove to yourself that you're not going to fold. Prove to yourself that you're not going to choose other people over you. Prove to yourself that you're loyal to yourself first and everybody else second. Prove some stuff like that to yourself, because those things sound more helpful. Let's close out with some ancestor messages. Again, I'm doing a 10 card special. 10 card reading special for the full moon in Gemini, for those who are interested. Again, you can either email me or you can DM me. All of my information is going across the bottom of the screen. All right, we have the Emperor energy. All right, the Emperor energy. So I'm not really getting this as I usually would get the Emperor. I'm getting this as like that know-it-all. It's like that calm before the storm energy is what I'm getting with this Emperor. Okay, it's like, I don't know if y'all ever seen Thor. I don't know if y'all remember the first one, where Loki, I think, was supposed to take his father's place or something. Or no, yeah. No, Thor was supposed to take his father's place, but he got too cocky and too big headed, and he fucked it up and ended up on Earth. And his brother ended up taking over and causing all of this hell. Okay, that's kind of like what some of y'all are doing. It's like you are supposed to step up because there's things that are waiting for you on the other side. The things that you've been asking for, the responsibilities, okay, that are good responsibilities, right? The things that are waiting for you, the things that are waiting for you to control and to map out and to plan and to finesse and to enjoy. All of these things are waiting for you. But because you got too big headed, because you're trying to act like all of the coins are in your court, okay, or work on your favor, things are backfiring. Okay, because you don't want nobody to come in and help because you want to be a know-it-all, things are going to backfire. And those same people that you cussed out, those same people that you were trying to act nasty to because they was just trying to help you or give you advice that you didn't want to hear right now, will be the same people that you will be embarrassed in front of. Trust me, it has happened to me plenty of times. People have come to save me from my mess and give me insight and try to wake me up from the whatever delusions that was going through my head. And I don't want to listen because I felt like I knew it all and I wasn't being flexible. Okay? I wasn't being flexible and being open to other people's opinions or other people's insight. And I thought it was just me, 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 me. And guess what? At the end, it was me. Me being embarrassed. Me looking crazy. Me on Front Street while all of my business is on Front Street with me. Okay? So I wanted it to be me. And guess what? Spirit gave me exactly what the fuck I wanted. It was me in front of everybody looking crazy. Okay? So sometimes it's better to take a step back in the moment. Okay? Sometimes it's better to take an ego break in the moment so that you don't have to go through public humiliation or to have public embarrassment. And it's not happening because Spirit is trying to publicly embarrass you. You did this to yourself. It's all self-inflicted. All right? Ain't nobody making this shit happen. Ain't nobody forcing this on us. It's the things that we're doing to ourselves. We have vacation. It's time to vacate. I'm not saying this is vacation like you going somewhere. It's time to vacate. Maybe some of y'all need to leave the environment you're in. If you living in a home with this person, maybe it's time to move out. If you've been thinking about moving out, you've been considering moving out, let this be your confirmation. Okay? Maybe some of y'all need to take a little couple days away from your environment so that you can get some clear perspective. All right? What else is here? Full moon in Gemini. Of course, 2 cards want to keep coming out. One at a time. We have dreams. Okay? So I'm hearing, in order to accomplish the things that you want, you got to get some priorities. You got to get your priorities in line. Stop putting so much time and energy towards things that do not have anything to do with your dream. Okay? You being loyal to a nigga that ain't loyal to you don't have shit to do with your dreams. Okay, you continuously getting pregnant by a motherfucker who don't want you and ain't putting no ring on you after the first baby, ain't doing a motherfucking thing for your dreams. You continuously being around these friend groups that don't help you, but they harm you, or they talk about you behind your back, or you fake in the friend group. That shit is not doing nothing for you. So anything that is not adding value needs to be eliminated. Anything that is not helping you obtain the things that you're trying to get needs to be eliminated. Point blank period. Let's do one more card. And we have faith. So taking a leap of faith, Of course, what you need to do is never what you really want to do. I mean, that's just how it goes. But once you do it, okay, and you get through the hard part, which is just going for it, okay, that's really the hard part, is just getting yourself to just take the first step. After that, everything kind of falls in place naturally anyway, because you fell in place, okay? But once you get past the hard part, everything comes together. And then that's why they say hindsight is 20/20. Because once you move past where you were and you look back, you can see why it was smart to move. All right. So hopefully these messages resonated. Again, if you guys need to book any healing services, any consultations, any therapy sessions, or anything else, definitely make sure that you reach out again, either via email or personal DM. The special for today again is a 10 card full moon reading. For those who are interested, just shoot me an inbox or you can email me. Other than that, tomorrow we'll be back here, same time, same place, for our topic Tuesday. I'm not 100% sure on what topic I want to do or what topics I want to cover. However, I know this week I'm definitely going to be touching on, relationships. I did already do a video on knowing when to walk away from relationships and knowing when to leave certain relationships and things of that nature. But I might approach it from another angle this week. It's just, I really feel a need to kind of talk about, letting go of things that no longer serve you. This just really feels like the energy for that conversation, okay? Because, there's a lot of things that we're holding on to that really does nothing for us but harm us, okay? And we need to be paying attention to those things so that we don't continuously fall into these traps or waste time with people, places, or things that were never going to add value to our life in the first place. Okay, so love and light to all of you beautiful people. Again, I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure that you follow my astrology page, The Intuitive Baddie, Baddie. Okay, if you don't know how to spell it, the link is in my bio. Just click on my link tree and all of my socials should pop up. There are daily astrology posts, daily readings, channel messages, and a lot of other things that we're doing on that page, so definitely check it out. Other than that, light and love, I will see you guys tomorrow. Be safe. Think about what Spirit said. Don't take it personal, but look at it as a way to further yourself and get you just one step closer to your dreams and your goals. Peace.